Right now, you're probably thinking to yourself, there can't be that many unsolved cases in upstate New York, can there be? Well, unfortunately, I wouldn't be here if that weren't the case. My name is Theodore. Before we get into the video, make sure you give that like button a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. A 36-year-old cold case still haunts a small town in the Finger Lakes. Kristen O'Connell, 20, of Minnesota, was found dead in a cornfield in 1985 in Ovid, Seneca County. Her throat was slashed. No arrests have ever been made. She was my daughter, and they're not going to kill my daughter and walk away, Phyllis O'Connell said. Phyllis lives in Burnsville, Minnesota, and has made it her life's mission to find the person who killed her daughter. Everybody liked Kristen, Phyllis said. She was a good soul, good-hearted. We were extremely close as mother and daughter. Kristen's smile still fills her mother's home. She was beautiful and she never knew it, Phyllis said while holding a picture of Kristen. She always came to the door and said, "Hi, Mom," so that memory is always there with me. Back in August 1985, Kristen was 20 years old. She was in Ovid visiting a young man she met while on spring break. It was the summer before Kristen's junior year at the University of Wisconsin-Stout, where she was studying hotel and restaurant management. Her naked body was found in a cornfield along County Road 139. News 10 NBC went back to the scene of the crime with State Police investigator George Gerbic. Kristen O'Connell was at a party at a trailer that's just approximately a third of a mile up the road here, Gerbic said. Behind the Golden Buck restaurant, there's a trailer. She was staying there with friends. She was reported missing after leaving that trailer. Investigators say she went for a walk alone around 11:30 p.m. on August 14th. Phyllis says something was bothering her daughter. She called me and said, "I'm coming home," Phyllis recalled. But that would never happen. Kristen's father, Michael O'Connell, traveled to Ovid from Minnesota to help in the search. News 10 NBC was there when he found out his daughter had been killed. She did enjoy life, Michael said back in 1985. She enjoyed traveling. As a matter of fact, the way she picked her career was I said, "Chris, you love hotels and resorts. Why don't you go into it?" And she did. Michael, who has since passed away, said his daughter loved to meet new people. She was very open with people, Michael told reporters. She was very trusting of people, and I wouldn't want to change a bit. Sometimes I think maybe I should have really instilled in her a fear that not everybody was a good, trusting person, Phyllis said. 36 years later, the O'Connell family and state police still don't know who killed Kristen. This is still an active investigation, Gerbic said. He says there are more than 2,000 leads in the case. We have numerous suspects that we're looking at, he said. Gerbic says the night Kristen disappeared, witnesses spotted her walking. They also saw two men walking behind her. Those men have never been identified. I know there's a lot of people probably know who did this, but they won't come forward, Phyllis said. Gerbic hopes evidence from the scene will break the case. As advancements in forensic technology keep getting better and better, we keep retesting evidence that we have, Gerbic said. Back in Minnesota, Phyllis holds on to her memories of Kristen and some of their last words together. She said, "You know, Mom, I really love you, and I love you so much," she said. And I said, "Well, I love you too." That's the last time I heard that, Phyllis said. She's in regular contact with state police and also has private investigators working the case. "I'm not going anywhere," Phyllis said. "I will not rest. I will not give up." State police say the men seen following Kristen were described as white. One was about 6 foot to 6'2", with shoulder-length hair, wearing blue jeans and possibly a jean jacket. The other man was shorter with brown hair and a thin build.
For 28 years, the questions about Kristen O'Connell's murder in the Finger Lakes town of Ovid have not gone away. A task force of state and local police departments is focused on the case, with thousands of leads generated. The police have never named any suspects, but Doug Zammit and Mike Swank believe they are the focus of the investigation. The two Ovid men are so upset they painted a fence with a public message expressing their innocence.
I think you guys are self-acknowledging that you are suspect. You believe the police consider you suspect.
I feel we were the suspect.
Zammit says his stepsister told investigators the two men were covered with blood the day Kristen was brutally murdered in 1985. Zammit says he agreed to talk to police and explained that he had a pig roast days after the murder, and the blood was from killing the pig after he, Swank, and another friend bought it. But after hours of interviews over the past few months, The police were not giving up.
We tried being nice, for lack of a better term, tried cooperating. You get told if you don't want to talk to us, you're hiding something. You talk to us, you're lying to us. How can you win here?
Instead of staying quiet, Zamet and Swank said the accusation was so upsetting, they painted this message to police on the fence outside Zamet's house, asking the lead investigators to believe their alibi.
It's very unusual. I don't know if I've ever heard of a suspect, putting their alibi on the fence outside their home.
Well, I don't have the internet, and I call that my hillbilly internet. And everybody goes, well, how do you remember the pig roast? I'm thinking, well, we killed a pig in the back of a red El Camino.
Your brother came up from Virginia.
My brother came from Virginia. I remember that day.
Zamet says he regularly roasted pigs and now owns his own pig spit. Even while their memories of 28 years ago are not perfect, they both want people to know they didn't commit the murder.
Have both of you guys provided DNA to investigators?
I didn't. He has.
They have. They got my DNA. They have access to it and everything.
I offered to, but they have never been back in touch with me.
Are either of you worried you could be arrested?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Why not? Yeah.
Daily.
It seems like they're lost in this case because I feel that you're investigating me and you're all over me. You really don't know where to go.
If you have any information on who killed Kristen O'Connell, call state police at 585-398-4300. But anyways, what do you guys think happened?